Clap for yourself for being the little audience that couldn't. Keep that applause going, man. Let's bring up your feature comic right now. You're definitely going to enjoy him. You know him from MLB.com. You also know him from colleges throughout the U.S. and Canada. One of our favorite church jokers as well, my good friend. Your feature comic tonight, Mr. Rich Carucci. Make some noise for him right now. Get over it.
Keep it up for Gordon. Come on, folks. Doing a great job. I'm enjoying my stay here. I made a mistake the first day. I ordered a $17 ice cream cone. That's when I realized I would not financially be able to keep my fat figure. But it is a nice place. It's a really nice place. I've never been in a place where the TV remote is sealed in cellophane. That threw my mind. I have a safe in the room too. I got a safe. I think that's cool. I don't have anything of value to put in it, so I put the TV remote in it. Keep that in there. Flew in here from Newark, New Jersey. Flew in from Newark, New Jersey. I hate flying. I hate flying because I'm a big guy, and I always sit next to another big guy, and we're hanging all over each other. We're fighting over the armrest like two sumo wrestlers. There's always some kids screaming on the plane. I'm thinking, why won't one airline come out with an adults-only flight? I would pay extra for that. We had one for a while, Hooters Airlines. I sure miss them. They were the safest airline out there. If they crashed over the ocean, every stewardess could be used as a flotation device. When the plane landed here, people in the plane did something I never experienced before. They broke out in an applause break. And I'm like, was there a doubt we were going to make it? I've never seen that happen on any other form of transportation. You don't get out of an Uber and start clapping. You don't get off the bus and start clapping. The only way I can see you start clapping if you actually survived the ride on a New York City subway. Break out in applause then. All right, you guys don't take the subway, I guess. It's a smart move. I've been getting a lot of death threats lately. I know, well, it's actually notes from my doctor. Now I know which way this audience goes. Speaking of death, we've been losing a lot of actors lately. A lot of great actors have been passing away. Some of them got sick. One of my favorite actors ever had to retire from acting. Bruce Willis. Any Bruce Willis fans out there? Pulp Fiction, Die Hard. He had to retire from acting. He has some kind of sickness where he has dementia and stroke-like symptoms. Well, now we know who can play Joe Biden in a movie. I was in Dewey, Delaware a couple of weeks ago. Delaware, beautiful place. Right, that's where Joe Biden's from. I'm driving into town. They had the biggest Joe Biden sign I ever seen. And the first one I ever seen without FU written on it. Holy mackerel, they can't spell here. I gotta watch what I say, though. Cancel culture's out there. They could cancel anybody at any moment. They're canceling actors, they're canceling politicians, they're canceling statues. Can you believe that? And it even went over into the animal kingdom. I'm not even making this up. You can't say gypsy moth anymore. I know, it offends the gypsies. And you would think the word gypsy would offend the gypsies. You can't say Asian carp anymore. You can't say Asian carp, it offends the Asians. You have to say invasive carp, which sounds like the Viet Cong. But no one cares about the Italians. No one cares about the Italians. You can say guinea pig all day long. They canceled the Aunt Jemima syrup bottle. Yeah, that's ridiculous. It never did anything. It's a tasty bottle of syrup. They canceled. I don't think they should have changed the bottle at all. They should have kept it exactly the same. Just make it impossible to open. This way we all struggle together. That's a good joke right there, folks. Who you are. That's going to bring us all together. Do we have any Italians here tonight? I talked about Italians. Right there. Are you the Jersey people?
New York.
Oh, New York, all right. New Jersey, New York. I love Italians. Let's hear it for Italian people. I love Italian people. Without Italian people, we wouldn't have cool things like Italian bread. We wouldn't have the wife beater t-shirt without Italians. It's your uniform. We wouldn't have the Sopranos. Who loves the Sopranos? Come on. How an Italian from New Jersey. I'm still in mourning. James Gandolfini passed away. Had a heart attack and died in Italy, but learn this. If you have any kind of medical emergency, have it in the United States. I don't know what the medical care is like in Italy. I just picture some guy dressed like Chef Boyardee, holding a wooden spoon, poking you. God, he's a dead. I don't know, he's a dead. I gotta go back in the kitchen. I love Italians, man. I love Jewish. I love all people. I love Jewish people. Any Jewish people here? You know, vacation here. Jewish people and Italian people have a lot in common. I don't know if you know this. If a Jewish person dies, they have to be buried in 24 hours for religious reasons. And if an Italian dies, they have to be buried in 24 hours because that's when the cops start looking for them. Italians, though, have the whole dog. Italian women, very sexy people. Love Italian women, too. Very sexy people. You know what's the sexiest thing an Italian woman could say to you? Honey, I shaved. Not saying Italian women are hairy, just saying somewhere in their DNA is the cure for baldness. We harness this gene, we all walk around looking like the Beatles. And in New York City, before the pandemic, they had a saying. New York, what was it? If you see something,
say something.
Say something. That was the saying. I grew up in an Italian neighborhood. My whole life I was told, you don't see nothing, you don't say nothing. I'm a second generation comedian. My grandfather was a vaudevillian, Sebastian Carucci. I was a childhood actor. I did a bunch of Chef Boyardee commercials, some off-Broadway plays. I was on the 1972 Ed Sullivan Easter special with Chuck McCann, Tiny Tim, Lucy Arnaz. I peaked at 7 people. I have the Benjamin's Button career of comedy. This keeps getting worse. I am celebrating 6 months sober though. Today's 6 months sober. Listen, don't clap because I'm still on drugs. You can't quit everything at once. I knew I had a drinking problem. When I took my kids to the Meadowlands to see Disney on ice, and I suddenly realized we were the only ones tailgating in the parking lot. I wish that was a joke. My kids were like, Dad, put in your shirt, you're scaring the normal people. But I'm getting older, man. I feel it. Last week I had a 50th surprise birthday party for myself. I know what you're thinking. How could you have a 50th surprise birthday? Well, the surprise is I'm 58. That's the surprise. It's only a lie if you don't believe it yourself. The Italians know that's how they pass the lie detector test. My 40th high school reunion's coming up soon. I was homeschooled, so it'd be good to see Mom again. I knew what happened to her. I don't even tell you about how horrible prom was. I got a brother, though. I love my brother. I'm tight with my brother. I was best man at his wedding. He married a trophy wife. Unfortunately, she was last place. Told us she was eye candy. I said, she looks more like John Candy to me. Married Uncle Buck. I am getting older though, I feel it. I feel like I'm getting older, man. I'm in pain all the time. I'm at the age where I'm getting more injections than erections. Can't see anymore. Can't hear. My family's like, you should get LASIK surgery. If you get LASIK surgery, you'll be able to see better. I said, at my age, the less I know what's going on around me, the better off I am. I'm like a circus chimp that's been held in captivity too long. All I want is a cigarette and a warm place to shit, and I'm happy. Call it content. My 16th wedding anniversary's coming up too. 16th wedding anniversary. Unfortunately, she told me she wants a divorce. I said, good, I didn't know what to get you anyway, so this is something we can all enjoy. Our wedding was a destination wedding. Anybody do one of those destination weddings? We went to Antigua, got married in Antigua. I don't know if you've ever been to Antigua, it's a beautiful island, beautiful people. We went there to get married and we had no one with us, and we had the person that married us and the witnesses were all Antigua people. Antigua people, very good looking people, very dark skinned people. And I love our wedding picture. We're on the beach, the ocean's in front of us, the jungle's behind us, we're surrounded by Antigua people, she's smiling, I'm crying. It looks like a hostage situation, folks. And she goes to me, why are you crying? Why are you crying? You'll never do better than me. I said, because I know how this shit ends. Right now, I've been down that road before. It's my third marriage. Can anybody beat that? No one would want to, okay. It's my third marriage, or as I like to call it, casually married. If you're getting married for the third time, you're not expecting much. Or not. She did tell me she's not happy. We never lived together. We never lived together. We never lived together, and I thought that I would make it last. And I said, men and women were not meant to live together. That's why they have separate prisons. I told her Adam and Eve couldn't pull it off in the Garden of Eden. We're not going to pull that shit off in Hackensack, New Jersey. It's not going to happen. Besides, I want the best of you, not the rest of you. Well, even Superman had a fortress of solitude. You think you're better than Superman? No, you're not, okay? I know he brought Lois Lane there once or twice, but he flew around the earth 37 times before he brought her home, so she couldn't find her way back. She told me I'm not happy. She wants to get divorced because she said I'm not happy. I don't know, up your meds? Is anyone here happy? I checked the paperwork, sickness, health, happy was never in it. I said, you want happy? Go to Disney World, everybody looks thrilled there. She said, I don't feel the love. I don't feel the love. I want to be chased. I want to be pursued. You want to be chased? Hop the fence at the White House. Somebody will chase you. Chase shall have a stroke. Look at the sides. The sides were all there, Italian guy. The sides were all there. When you're married, she's your best friend. You're her best friend. Me and her, we're not even friends on Facebook. I will never do it again. I will never get married again. I'm so against marriage, I'm contemplating having my ring finger amputated. When I see a girl I'm interested in now, I don't picture her naked, I don't picture her in lingerie. I just picture what she's gonna look like screaming at me. Show me your war face. Sarah, like, I would have to start dating again. I've given up. I've given up. You can't date. You can't come to fancy stuff like this to meet a chick. They might want something. I could never afford that. I need somebody who'll drink a Pabst Blue Ribbon in my room upstairs. You gotta date. If you want to date, you gotta do it online. You gotta do it online. That's how you do it. Because everybody lies online. Everybody bullshits online. They do. Because you can be anybody you want. A guy lie is like, see the Italian guy? His picture's on the profile, I show up. They're like, what happened to you? I go, COVID. Women lie, women got a good lie. I like women lies. Women say, doesn't matter what he looks like. I just want a guy with a good sense of humor. I'm here to tell you that's bullshit right now. Nobody wants the fat funny guy. They want the good-looking guy. They want the bodybuilder. They want the actor, the lifeguard. If all women wanted was a guy with a sense of humor, clowns would be knee-deep in pussy, wouldn't they? I've seen a clown car pull up. 800 clowns get out. Not a good piece of ass. Clowns are surrounded by fat kids eating Happy Meals. That's about it. And the dating sites are, I don't know how to use the computer like that. I don't know, I think the best one's gotta be plentyoffish.com. Anybody need on that one? It's free. The relationships last just as long as fish, 3 days before they go bad. I'm on the catch and release part of that dating site, so I live to fish another day. My buddy met somebody on Christian Mingo. And I said, man, if I met a chick and got her on her knees, it's not gonna be to pray. I'll tell you that right now. The absolute worst dating site out there, Craigslist, worst dating site out there. It is. They show up with furniture, they don't realize it's a date. They're like, where do you want the couch? I don't know, where do you want to screw? By the window? I can't help you move it, I got a bad back. Not only is it hard for me to date, I got sleep apnea. Anybody here have sleep apnea? Yeah, it's terrible, isn't it? If you have sleep apnea, they give you this sexy piece of machinery called the CPAP machine to wear. To add insult into injury, they sent the hottest chick that's ever been at my house to show me how to put this thing together. She comes in, she's like, where do you sleep? I go, this way. We go in the bedroom, she's like, all right, I'm going to show you how to do this. She's like, you take this hose, you put it in there. You take that hose, you put it in there. I said, which hose do I put my dick in? She said, why do you want to put your dick in a hose? I said, if I gotta wear this thing, this is the last thing I'll be fucking. I'll tell you right now. Now I'm trying to find a girl who has sleep apnea and a CPAP machine so she can lay down next to me. We could do like a Top Gun role play scenario. Goose, this is Maverick. Goose, this is Maverick. This is Goose. Maverick, this is Goose. I'm coming in hot. I'm coming in hot. You guys are all right. Opposites do attract. Two opposites do attract. My current estranged wife is a bodybuilder. And yes, it's still a chick. She diets and scrutinizes everything she puts in her body, and I eat ice cream with a fork. I see her and I talk to her. I told you we don't live together. I go, hey, how was your day yesterday? She's like, I worked all day. I went to the gym. I had a killer glute workout. Went home, had an egg white omelet. I woke up. I'm so sore. Living your dream's painful. She's like, how was your night? I said, well, I got up. I went to the club. I had like 10 tequilas. Threw up all over the bathroom. Blacked out from there. Woke up hungover. You're right. Living your dream is painful. But we both have the same goal. To get ripped. Alright, you guys didn't like that one. It's alright. You're not gonna like all of them. Some of them are just for me. Not only have I been dumb enough to get married 3 times, at one point or another, I had each one of my wives' names tattooed on me. Oh. I know, and I wish this was a joke too. My first wife's name was Susan. I have it tattooed on my arm. We split up. I put a star in the S, star in the N. It says USA. My second wife's name was Denise. Now it says Daddy. My last wife was Chris, C-H-R-I-S. I have it on my back. Now that we're splitting up, I'll put a T, it'll say Christ. I'm running off the up. My next wife's going to be Shaniqua. Why does it say chitty chitty bang bang on your chest? I love that movie. I got kids too. Anybody got kids out there? Do we have kids? All right, if you have kids, you know they're way overrated. They're cool for like a week, and then like, is somebody coming to get this thing? I got shit to do. Right before the pandemic, my son's school called me on the phone, said they think he has a learning disability. Not what I want to hear. They want him to take a test. The test costs $14,000 and isn't covered by my insurance. I'm like, $14,000? You must think we're both idiots. I'll be honest, for $14,000, I'll get a new kid. Start this over again. Feel my pain. My son's 18, gonna be 19, in the 10th grade. And if I say anything, I'm the bad guy. He's like, Dad, why are you breaking my chops? There's people older than me in school. He said, they're called teachers, you idiot, right? You're paid to be there. You were taking up space. He goes, I like high school. Of course you do. You don't do anything. You're older than the principal. You have your own parking space. And he's selling weed to everybody. And I know he does because he sells it to me. Then he searches the house and steals it back. It's a vicious cycle, folks. But I said, listen, son, high school's not for everybody. Definitely not for you. But there's a lot of people that didn't go to high school or very successful life. I said, we'll do this together. We'll start a new life together. He's like, all right, Dad, let's do this together. So I signed him up for his GED training, GED test, job training, job placement. I thought I had all the angles covered. First day, the phone rings. Mr. Carucci, your son didn't show up today. Do you have any idea where he's at? I said, he better be dead. About an hour later, he comes walking in. I said, what happened? We're going to start a new life. He goes, I was going to go. Then I figured I'd keep my options open. I said, you have options? I got to hear this. He goes, I'm thinking of joining the military. I said, you couldn't get in ISIS right now. It's got to be some kind of test. But it does have a happy ending. Thank God, during the pandemic, Junior got his GED. Let's hear it for Junior. Then he got a job at the liquor store across the street, so, we'll be spending more time together. Hopefully I'll make up for those little league incidents. I have a daughter too. If you have a daughter, you know girls mature much quicker than boys. My daughter moved out at 17. There's nothing like a 17-year-old telling you, you know what? I think I could do better on my own. I was like, really? You can't take the genius with you? But I got my kids full-time 15 years ago when my ex-wife passed away. I got my kids full-time. And I don't know if you take a good look at me. I can't be in charge of a chia pet. So I got these 2 kids full-time. I didn't know what to do with them. So I brought them to my girlfriend's house. They were staying on the couch for a few weeks, and after a few weeks, she goes, what are you going to do now? I said, I'll get us a bigger apartment. She goes, no, what are you going to do now? I was like, oh shit, it's like that? She goes, I'm not raising you and your kids. So they're crying. They're like, we miss Mike, their stepdad. We miss Mike. We love Mike. We want to go live with Mike. All our stuff's by Mike. And I'm like, listen, man, you're my responsibility. There is no way you're going to live with Mike unless I come with you. I'm not kidding. I moved in with Mike. Let me tell you about Mike. Mike is amazing. Mike cooks. Mike cleans. He listens to my problems. Now I know why she left me for Mike. I told him, I said, Mike, listen, you're an amazing man. I just want you to know something. If you meet somebody, we are now a family unit. We're in this for the long haul together. But I think I don't have to worry. I don't have to worry about dating anymore. And nobody does, because they're coming out with sex robots. Did you hear this? Sex robots? Italian guy, could you do it with a robot? I guess so. All right. Enough liquor, right? They are coming out with sex robots. They have one coming out now that specializes in threesomes. And I can't stop thinking, yeah, that's what I need, a witness. But I don't even have to have sex robots. You don't have to date anymore. If you want loyalty, you want love, get yourself a dog. Get yourself a dog. Dogs are loyal. They're always happy to see you. They never tell you you drank too much. And if you get sick, they're more than happy to help you clean it up, aren't they? My cousin adopted an old drug-sniffing dog. Now he can't afford both their habits. Told you, some of these are just for me. I love doing comedy. I had a regular job at one time. I was actually a 911 operator for 26 years, people. 26. We had problems. I wasn't that good at it. Hated every minute of that job. Hated every minute. Every time that phone rang, it's like, I can't breathe. Our house is on fire. Not once does anyone ask how my fucking day's going. It's me, help me. Well, I'm on break. Just once. They hated me there too. I called in sick a lot. I used lame excuses. I'd be like, I'm not coming in today. They're like, why? I go, it's my eyes. They're like, what's wrong with your eyes? I just can't see myself there. I give them this one. I can't come in today. Why not? My car wouldn't start. Why wouldn't your car start? Because I'm not in it. I'm telling you, honesty is not always the best policy. Did anybody have COVID? Did anybody have COVID?
Yep.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
Was it bad or miserable? Yeah. I got it. Not right now, Italian guy. I'm sorry about that. I've had worse hangovers. I had a mild case. Do you know how you got it?
I'm okay.
I got it through sex. And out of all the viruses I could have got, I think I got pretty lucky. For this joke, we'll call her my first ex-wife. I had to go visit my first ex-wife to do some tax paperwork. And while I was there, I said, hey, while I'm here, for old time's sake, why don't we go in the other room and knock boots? She said, I would, but I don't feel well. And when you look like this, you got to sneak up on that stuff. So I said, I'm willing to risk it. So we're in the other room, we had sex. She calls me up a couple days later. She's like, I got corona. I said, I love that shit. I'll be right over. She goes, not the beer, you idiot. I got the virus. I said, does that mean I have corona? She's like, yes. that means you have corona. I had to go home, tell everybody in the house I had corona. They all took off. My girl would come over. The kids moved out. I said, wow, this is the greatest disease ever. Would have got this shit months ago had I known this. I remember being, when the pandemic first hit, I went to New York City, because that's where you go, ground zero when the shit's happening. I had to do a radio show, and I parked my Jeep. I get out of my Jeep. There's a guy laying on the ground, on the concrete, pants hanging down, butt crack out, multicolored puddle next to him, but he's wearing a mask. I'm like, dude, you are the cure for corona. Counting on you to get us through this. And then the mayor of New York was saying, we don't have enough vaccines for everyone. We don't know what to do. I said, vaccinate this guy and let him run around biting everybody. That's a vaccination zombie joke in one, people, all right? Don't get better than that. I live near a Red Lobster. Any people here ever eat at Red Lobster? Yeah, I don't know what it is. I live by one. I haven't eaten there, but I drive by. It's always packed. There's always lines of people waiting to get in. And for some reason, it's always white people in flannels and black people in suits. I don't know why. But everyone gets along in Red Lobster. They do. You'll never see a video of anybody fighting in Red Lobster. For some reason, the secret to racial unrest is subpar seafood at reasonable prices. If you want to stop social unrest, just have a lobster fest, I guess. Are we sports fans? What do we like? We like football? Baseball? All right. What team?
Astros.
All right, Astros. That's all right. One person I heard ever say that. Where's my football fans? Football? What teams we like? Eagles.
Go Bills!
I did that last night. I said, which football? A riot almost broke out. And it started with the damn Eagles fans. Eagle fans are rough. I'm a Jet fan. Nobody's fighting for the Jets, I'll tell you that right now. Best part about being a Jet fan, our season starts and ends the same day every year. Holy shit, that was close. We used to have a saying at my house, Dad, are you going to get drunk tonight or Jet drunk? I'm like, look how I'm living. I'm getting Jet drunk every night. But I had season tickets to the Jets. Worst part of that, have to go to the games. That's the worst part. But if you're a Jet fan, you don't have to buy memorabilia, jerseys, anything like that. Wait till week 3 of the season. Pick whatever you want right out of the garbage. Oh, look, a jersey. Oh, look, a quarterback. And I don't hate anyone in this world. I love all people. The only person I kind of hate is Tom Brady. Any Tom Brady haters out there? Yeah. Women love Tom Brady. It makes their panties wet. I don't know why. I hate Tom Brady. Tom Brady is proof that life isn't fair. If Tom Brady loses, he gets to go home and sleep with a supermodel. That's bullshit. He should have to go home and spoon with me. Deflate my balls, Tom. It's just a joke, folks. Believe me, I look hideous naked, all right? I look so hideous naked, I'm not even in my own fantasies. I'm just some guy in the corner going, can you bend over in the front? I'm trying to look. I look so bad when I go to my doctor, he examines me in the dark, okay? That's right, I know I'm fat. You know you're fat when you wake up, check your horoscope, and it's a recipe. You know you're fat when you go jogging, you're being stalked by an ambulance. When I watched this movie the other day, I told you I hate flying and I should have never did it. I watched this movie today. It's called Alive. Anybody see it? It's about a Brazilian soccer team that was flying to a match and they crashed in the Andes Mountains. And the only way they lived was by eating the bodies of their dead teammates. I watch soccer, and I'm here to tell you, soccer players do not look Philly. They're skinny, there's no meat on them. If I crash, I want to crash with the bowling team. That's why I crash. Those guys are big and fat, marinated in vodka and bad decisions. We want to eat our own. So people, I mean, I've had an amazing 2 weeks here. Give yourselves a round of applause for coming out, supporting live comedy. It's the last of free speech. Without you, this wouldn't be possible. And I'll tell you what, live your dreams. Anything is possible if you put your mind to it. Do you agree? Anything's possible if you put your mind to it. That's right. I read a story the other day about a blind guy that built his own house. Unfortunately, it looked like shit, but hey, he couldn't tell. Folks, thank you. That's my time. We're going to bring Naughty back up. Keep it going for your host, Naughty in the house. Maybe he's not coming up. All right, I'll leave you with another one. Leave you with another one. Do a good deed for people out there. Do a good deed. We believe we should be doing good deeds for people. One good deed takes over another. Listen, what's that saying? Buy a man a fish, feed him for a day, teach a man to fish, and we have to listen to bullshit fish stories for the rest of our lives. Just give him $10 and move along. But nobody talked about we had nowhere to do comedy during the whole pandemic. We had nowhere to do comedy. We were doing comedy on rooftops, in parking lots, anywhere we could do them, backyards. We actually were doing a comedy show in a tent behind a stripper bar in Hackensack, New Jersey. Not even a nice stripper bar. It was a piece of shit. Our motto there was, Corona is the least of your worries here. It was ridiculous. We had like dick jokes in the front and human trafficking in the back. This place was so jacked up. When the comics would show up, the people thought the comics were the dancers. But that's where I learned the lesson. That's where I learned that black people were way cooler than white people. I learned it in that stripper bar.
Nobody's MIA, so just bring me.
All right, that's where I learned that black people were way cooler than white people. I was at the stripper bar one night. This black guy goes to me, watch this, I'm gonna make it rain. I go, what's that? He showered the dancer with dollar bills. It was the coolest thing I ever seen. Then he looks at me, I'm like, dude, I can't even make it drizzle. Thank God I found some change in my pocket. I made it hell. That was the best I could do. Folks, thank you. That's my time. My name is Rich Carucci. I'm going to bring up your headliner for tonight. I've been traveling with this guy here for the last 2 weeks. He plays all over the country, been overseas to play for the troops. Put your hands together for Davin Rosenblatt. Davin, let me hear it. Keep it going for Rich.
The only show I've ever done where we actually lost a comic in the middle of the show. I guess he went to Predators Lagoon. Sorry, it didn't work out.